Hey guys, Savage, welcome back to the channel. We're here today in Luzerne in Switzerland for a bit of a scenic adventure. Nothing dramatic, no terrible weather, just flights. Piper Tomahawk, because I haven't given this thing as much love as it really deserves. It's low, it's slow, and it's just nice to fly. So go and make yourself a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, whatever you prefer to consume. Maybe grab some cake, maybe some biscuits, and sit down and we'll have a little chat. We'll have a little cozy. We'll go flying, see some sights and some scenery, and some really gorgeous little moments and places. And you can come along and join me for the ride. So, without further ado, I will be linking the scenery for this and for the destination airport Reichenbach at the end of the video in the description, so make sure you check those out, of course. So, of course, we've got our charts down here. There's my tablet, yes. Oh, God. Zooming in on things is very difficult. So, we'll pretend we've done the walk around. I should probably TikTok's off, tie downs off, pre-toe covers off. We'll pretend we've done that. We're not going to do it right now because, yeah, no thank you. Now, is my co-pilot enabled? Hi, Captain Whiskers. You going to join us for the flight? Yeah, he is. He's going to join us. Everything else is looking good in here. Don't need to worry about all that. So, we'll actually put the map on for when we want to use it. But, oh, no, hang on a second. I can go back to this, can't I? Because I can go to the options and put the GPS units in there, which is exactly what we wanted to have in the first place. But we'll put that on just in case. So we'll go to our checklists. It's not exactly complicated. It's a Piper Tomahawk. So pre-flight checks, cockpit. There's a lot of checks to do here. We'll go to the starting ones because, frankly, those are more relevant. Doors are latched. So the latch is set there. Doors are latched on that side, and locked. Latch is engaged, seats harnesses are done. Circuit breakers are all in from what I can tell. Everything looks to be good there. Parking brake is set. Pull back and set there. Carpet is off. Fuel select to the desired tank, so we'll make sure that is going to be... We'll use left first, and we'll switch to right afterwards. So starting engine is pretty simple. We'll go from cold because we are running from not having run it at all. Won't need any primer right now. Maybe a nudge, but... Oh, there we go. Move that down here. Of course, it's hidden down there, which is not very useful. Give it a bit of a smudge there. Throttle, half an inch. Make sure the mixture is set. Make sure everything else is good to go for Rich to start to engage, so... And that is as complicated as it gets. Okay, oil pressure, fuel pumps. Didn't use the fuel pump actually, probably should have done. Okay, looking at all my numbers, watching everything to make sure everything's looking okay. Oil pressure's good. Fuel pressure's good. Oil temperature's on the cool side, but it's warming up, so it's fine. We'll let it get into the range there before we do anything really crazy right now. Make sure we're setting to VFR here. It doesn't want to do that manually, so we'll just do it ourselves. There we go. Yep, there we go. Wonderful. So set that on. And it appears to have magically lost my flight plan, which is unfortunate, so we'll have to fly this manually, which is more than doable. We'll be just fine. We're heading down to Lucerne here. Then we'll be dropping down towards Meiringen, towards the Reichenbach Falls, which are not in Reichenbach, actually. They're near Meiringen. So we'll be heading down, basically down here, and along to here, where Reichenbach is there. So, easy enough to navigate. We'll do this by sight. We've got valleys to use as well, so wonderfully easy. Let's get my head turned on here. Bit of throttle there to get it moving on the grass. Lots of great visibility in this aircraft for a nice little tour. That'll be more than suitable here. Nice bumpy grass runway, the best kind. One notch flaps to take off. Get ourselves into the active here. Yeah, we're in the numbers there for our oil temperatures, so we're good to go. Airspeed is alive. Picking up speed very slowly here, but pick up speed she does. Just ease the nose off the ground. A little slow, but if we keep it steady, we'll climb and get to our 50-foot number we're looking for here. Speed's coming up nicely. Okay. Let's give her some trim just to make sure she wants to keep her nose where we want it. And we're not too close to anything down below us. Not exactly a big climb, this little girl. Pull those flaps in. Build some speed. Oh, that's a roof. No. Keep the nose up for now. Yep, let's not do this. Don't want to slam into the culture over there. Okay, we're slowly gaining altitude. Not as maneuverable as I expected. Just a little bit delicate. So, our first visit today is going to be down to the Kapelbrücke, which is the Chapel Bridge, which is in Lucerne in Switzerland. It's a major national kind of tourist spot, so let's try and head off here. So try and get that altitude back, because we're still slowly climbing here. Very, very slowly. But we're heading in the right direction. As soon as we can drop our nose, we'll be fine. But climbing is not a strong suit for this aircraft. Okay, we'll let our nose down a little bit here. Just ease that off and then set the trim so we're exactly where we want to be. Nice and easy. And hold. It should do the job for us just fine. Alright, so we'll zoom this out so we can see what we're doing here navigationally. There we go. So looking at this, if it actually wants to zoom in, that's unfortunate that it's lost our map the second we did that. Awkward. If you're trying to use it. Oh, there we are, straight ahead. I see the lake, so we're on the right course here. The map has just become utterly useless, so that's fantastic. Not sure why that happened. I'll troubleshoot once we're on course and set here. No, the map has just become completely pointless. So I'm going to quickly just get ourselves on the aircraft page here. We'll just set this on holding altitude and heading for a second while I work out what the frig is happening with our map. So it's showing it there. But it just broke. So I'm not sure why that happened, but we just completely lost our map control. Not ideal. Yes. Not ideal at all. So in the meanwhile, I will pop up a little nav map, which will be my useful assistant for this little element of flight here, which is thankfully showing us. And we'll be heading towards Lucerne, or Lucerne I should say, in a moment. There we go, just about where we'd like to be. Now this drops us down towards the harbour area there. And the bridges should be... Let me have a look at where this is. There we go, the Kapelbrücke. And the Wassertor we'll be looking for. And those are near there. Okay. So we're on the right track at least, for the time being. In fact, bang on track. It should be just off our nose there. So we'll knock off those the faux autopilot just used to give us a little help. Re-engage my brain. There we go. We can see what we're doing now. Pull the power out a little bit here because we are running a little bit warm. Drop it down to about 23 inches on the manifold. And we'll be high enough now to overfly Lucerne airport below us before dropping down to take a look here in the city. But and I have to turn this off to talk to you because I want to do it before we get closer. So the Chapel Bridge is a covered wooden bridge spanning across the Reese River? Ooh, don't know how to pronounce that one. It's named after nearby St. Peter's Chapel, and it's unique because, of course, it has interior paintings dating back to the 17th century, and it's the oldest wooden covered bridge in Europe, and oldest trestle as well. Truss bridge in places. It's also got the Wasserturm, the water tower, next to it. So we should be able to see both of those once we get a little closer here. So once we are clear of the runway or the airport down below, we'll drop down a little bit and take a look here in the city. And we should get to see it, because it is an actual point of interest you can visit in Flight Sim. There's the river down below us. And that, as you'll notice there... What did I click? Did I click the wrong thing? Goes round there. Okay. There's the bigger bridge, so the smaller one should be, the one we're looking for, should be around here somewhere. So we'll see if we can get a look at it on the way past. Car piece in. There it is. We can just about see it there. We'll get a bit lower and take a look properly. In fact, we'll go third person here and take a look. You'll see it there, kind of zigzagging across the river. And there's the Wasserturm. Connected to it there. It's not an amazingly HD model, of course, being Flight Sim, but it's enough. Quite an interesting little design. We'll do a quick circle back and we'll drop down low. We'll pretend, rare regulations don't exist today. And we'll go take a little shufty, shall we? One of the beautiful benefits of Flight Sim is we can go look at the things we want to see. Now, if I didn't think you guys didn't hate me flying helicopters all the time, I probably would have taken a helicopter on this route so we could have stopped and had a better look. But there she is, crossing the river. The Reuss River? Probably the Reuss River. There it is, see? And there's the loose book, I believe, next to it there, the big one. And the tower. Right, power on. We'll peel away and we'll start on our next leg of the journey, which will take us down the valley up ahead towards Meiringen. Now, here's a fun fact for you. The Reichenbach Falls of Sherlock Holmes fame are not at Reichenbach. They're at Meiringen. Or down the valley from Meiringen. So interesting little twist there, of all things twisty. Okay, we're about where we need to be on power. So the falls actually themselves, it's a waterfall of 7 steps and on a stream called the Reichenbach in the Bernese Oberland region of Switzerland, which is where we're heading to next. They drop over a total height of about 250 meters, 820 feet for you Freedom Fraction users, and it's 110 meters or 360 feet in the upper falls. It's the Grand Reichenbach Fall, or the Grosse Reichenbach Fall. Is by far the tallest segment of waterfalls in the Alps, and among the 40 highest in Switzerland. Of course, popularised by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's ending of Sherlock Holmes, the final altercation between himself and Moriarty, of course, in The Final Problem. So we'll get a chance to see that, of course. Not actually in Reichenbach. I mean, it's on the Reichenbach tributary from the south bank of the Aire, but it's in Meiringen, so go figure. Now let me work out where I'm heading using advanced technology of little nav map. Well, that's where I need to get to. Let me put in actually Meiringen Mill, Leo Sarah, Mike. So we'll use that as our reference datum information. Mike. Do we like Mike? We like Mike. Okay. And what's Mike like? American military, that's what we wanted. Wunderbar. Okay, so that means we can actually I forgot how to make that go away. It's one of those things that you know about, but then you completely Space Cadet and forget how to do it. You know what? I don't really mind it being there. You can stay. You haven't offended me greatly yet. Some more rather pretty scenery here, of course. I've grown to truly love flying in Switzerland and Austria. More Switzerland than Austria, admittedly, because it's kind of beautiful. And especially as I've been reading a book, particularly at the moment, about the Helvetia Cup in Switzerland, a cycling race. Notable, of course, because the Tour de France is on currently, but the Helvetia Cup is a youth race, cycling race, that actually goes through part of the area we go to. Not quite the William Tell, but it's a fairly hefty 5-day stage race for under 18s. So, a bit of a monster in the European cycling calendar. Right, we're still good here. We're on track roughly. Now we're heading just to the west, east of Meiringen itself, which is where we'll hit the valley and the falls themselves. Then we shall go across the... How do I remember that one? It's the Lake Brines, which is Brennersee, and then across Interlaken to the Thunesee, which is the Lake Thun, and then on to Reichenbach itself, and it should be a nice gentle hop from there. And I'm probably just going to leave my head tracking off for the time being, because you guys don't need to see my head bobbing around. We'll just let me pan a little bit briefly, gives you a much more stable view of the world around us, without all the offensive bobbing as I look around to read something, or to talk to you, or just move my head in general, because apparently I talk very animatedly. It's something I noticed. I will just bob my head, move my hands and arms while I'm talking, which tends to make head tracking a little bit irritating for people. So we are looking good here. For those of you who know that I am studying German at the moment, you might have noticed occasional pronunciation has gotten better, but I'm guaranteeing someone will still find offence to my pronunciation of "ze." They'll manage it somehow. Oh, pressing the wrong button here. Here we go, we're outside. Passing over a Swiss military airfield down there. Quite a few of these in Switzerland. And still, look at this place. How can you not enjoy flying in this part of the world? It is truly gorgeous. The rolling Alps, the beautiful scenery. Just gorgeous. So there, we're passing over, that is believed called Alpnach. Lima Sierra Mike Alpha. And we'll be heading down towards Cargisville Airport, which is Lima Sierra Papa Golf, in a moment. Just ahead of us here. This lake, I believe, is going to be Sanazé? Yeah, Sanazé. Just ahead of us, which is over. Whoopsie doodle, clicking on the wrong screen. That one. Sanazé. I might have gotten the lake pronunciation right finally. Who knows? I'll be corrected if I'm not. And we're about to hit the clouds, so we'll drop ourselves down a little bit here. Don't want to get too high up into those. But no, I'm nearly finished with A1, moving into A2 at the moment, so I'm doing reasonably not terrible, but I'm definitely an amateur. Certain things are getting easier for me, hearing, reading, able to translate more without really thinking about it. Some little bits and pieces are still tripping me up, but I'm starting to get more capable of expressing myself, at least. Will I still do it on a video yet? No, because I'll be criticised to high hell by the apparent reasonable German-speaking contingent of my viewers, who want to help. Admittedly, I know you want to help. But I feel so awful when I get corrected. Like, I try and... Obviously, it's good for me. But it's a little soul-crushing when I tried really hard and it's like, no, this is not correct. You must do it this way. I have enough Germans in my day-to-day life that like to pick at my linguistics, so... they do a fairly good job for the national pride in fixing the Englander. Right. Not super far away. We're like 6 minutes away from Meiringen here. So not a particularly long way at all. Sanssouci, down below. And that would be, I think, on this side, Sannen, there. And Saxon, or Saxel, down below. And the town there, too. Absolutely stunning views. We'll be able to hop through here, by the way. And that lake we can see down there is the Lungersee. And that will drop us over a small ridge at the end into the valley with Meiringen. Although, it might be higher than I thought. Looking at this, it's a pass, but I'm not sure how high it gets. This old girl needs to take some time to climb. Well, there's roads going through in railways, so I think we should be able to make it through. But that pass does tend to get a little twisty there, so this might well climb. I'm not sure how high it climbs. We're going to find out. Oh boy, it's going to be an adventure. It's going to be an adventure indeed. Okay. I don't think it's that monster ahead of us, but we'll find out. So the head gets to go on for now, as I need this to be paying attention. And we're going to start a gentle climb regardless, because we can always lose altitude if we need to. I'm thinking it's just that area sitting here in front of us. So if I look at the map, we go over this body of land here to this. Then there's... Yeah, because that's the main Alps themselves up there. Or that particular ridge line up towards Jungfrau, beyond. So I think we're okay. Altitude-wise. We're in some big rocks right now. This little old aeroplane isn't exactly favourable for them. Dip the mixture a little bit here. See if we can tease out a few extra RPM. Although our RPMs are looking okay. I don't believe this aircraft actually has a exhaust gas temperature instrument, nor does it have a manifold pressure, so I've got my RPM. And I have my oil temps, pressures, fuel pressures, and amps. I'm working everything else as a guesstimate. Yeah, this doesn't look too high at all. And this should drop us in here, because that stuff behind there is definitely the climb up towards the main mountain range. So we should be just fine. If I recall correctly, getting rid of this is a click spot somewhere in here, and I just don't remember where. Oh, no, I do now. So I'm pretty sure it's one of these. Or there's a button somewhere on the central panel that makes it go bye-bye, and I just forgot what it is. I just forgot. It's not the end of the world. So yes, the famous falls are on the Reichenbach River rather than the actual town itself, which is still very pretty. The airport scenery for Reichenbach itself is available on the marketplace. Lucerne, or Luzerne back there, sorry, is not. That's a download. I will link you to that one. Lots of gorgeous little general aviation airports in this part of the world to fly out of, and some gorgeous scenery, making some of these slightly smaller, slower, less get there in a hurry type of aircraft a lot more fun to fly, because now you have a reason. just to have a good view. Benefit of all our scenery being above our wings here is it's quite pretty. And tons of room to see everything. Reset the camera angle there. So yeah, over the ridge here we should be dropping into the Meringen Valley. So we'll drop our power here and we'll let our nose descend a little bit here. We won't need a ton of altitude going forwards. Flight. We'll pick up some speed, we'll pick our nose up there. So I believe one of the peaks over there is up 2,000 meters and 1,800 meters over that way. And ahead of us, oh boy, we're getting into 23, 24, 2,500 meters up to some big, big rocks. Yep, here's the correct valley. Now I have to keep my eyes open for where we're going here. Because, yep, there we go. That's the Brenze over there. We'll initially have to go left here rather than right to get towards Reichenbach. Or the falls, at least. Because it should be just about here, if my brain power is correct. Yep, that's correct. So we're looking for the fork in the road in the town, which is about there, and it should be here, in this area. Because the road goes across the river there. This is the town of Meringen. Hopefully we'll be able to see something up here. It's one of the biggest falls in this area, so we should be able to see something here. That is the goal, at least. Not every part of the world is rendered in perfect detail, but there should be something. So it should be up here. On our right. Okay, I'm in the right place for now. We'll go outside to take a look here. Should be about here, I think, or there. Oh, there's the gorge. Okay. And there's observation areas around here and buildings. Unfortunately, I don't think the default scenery includes the waterfall itself, which is quite sad. Yeah, there's the road turn. That's where it would be. In fact, that's where the water technically should be, around here. This is where the falls would come down. So that is where Sherlock Holmes met his end, or did he? Into the Reichenbach Falls. In classic literary style, how to end story without actually writing off or killing off your main character is you throw him off a waterfall. It's a classic. But that's it down below us. World's most wonderful rendering there of stretched texture. But this is where the Reichenbach Falls would be. The upper falls and the lower falls there. And look at this valley. Gorgeous here. No more need for advanced navigation here. We should be just fine. There we go. Head's good. So Meringen there. And then we'll pass over Meringen Military. Wait, M-E-I-R. Meiringen? Meiringen? Is it Meiringen? Not Meringen? Oh, but E-I. I-E if it was Meiringen. Meiringen. Okay, whoopsie. My bad. So if you've been cringing at my pronunciation so far, I think I just fixed it. I hope. Firenze is up ahead now. That very beautiful azure blue. Gorgeous scenery for this part too. You've seen us fly out of there a few times for videos. That is an add-on scenery for down there. also paid, so it's a marketplace one. In case you're interested in the ICAO for that airport, it is Lima Sierra Mike Mike, as we put into the program earlier. So there you go with that. There's a fairly simple run now to our final destination. Across the 2 lakes, past Interlaken, and we turn south. About halfway into the Thunsee, or Thunesee, yeah. Sorry, sometimes I still have to think about certain pronunciations. I am trying, forgive me. What's the ICO, just so I can get a good idea of destination here. Alright, Lima Sierra Golf Romeo. No, go back. Let's find Sierra here. And it's GR, Golf Romeo. Back, there we go. 15 minutes by the clock. Shouldn't take so long, but it'll be a nice journey. So this is a nice relaxing video. We're not looking for the quickest, most productive to the point thing here. We're enjoying our time together. We're enjoying the scenery. As I'm going to go third person view here. Look at this. Hofstein is over there. Bannenberg is down here. And I believe it's going to be Schwanden over there. Brenz here. Brennesy. Yes. I'm trying. Language is hard. Although I will say, 6 months of studying German on my own initiative, I am more competent in that language than I am in my multiple years of GCSE level French at high school, which proved to be graduating with next to no actual linguistic ability, but I got an exam result of an A. And I had no real functional linguistic capability. I might have done at the time, but it's also like, God, 18 years ago? I'm showing my age now. I can just about ask where the library is. Où est la bibliothèque? Probably. No, I'd have a rudimentary tourist French. I could brush it up very quickly to be tourist capable, but that'd be all I could manage. My German, I could probably function in the country enough to kind of cope, but that'd be it. I'd be coping. That's Interlaken ahead of us. According to my German friend, I can be understood, which is a high compliment. A very high compliment indeed. Right, a little bit more power here. Put some. We'll put turbo mode on for the Tomahawk, which is putting the nose down a little bit. Get the Tomahawk flying. There we go. Let's see if we can push for 100 knots. The wings might rip off, but we'll try. Gorgeous part of the world. Look at how blue that is. All the water coming down from the Alps around. Am I moving in the cockpit? I feel like I was moving a second ago. Oh no, I am just looking around slowly. There we go. That nose behaving itself. Very useful handheld, that. So a little bit of a skip here because I sneezed. Only I did mute my microphone, don't worry. But I forgot to actually turn off my head tracking as well. So as I... this is a less violent recreation, but I went... extremely quickly. And I'll probably give you all motion sickness, so I decided to cut that out for your sake. So the Rega base is down there, as well as the Interlaken military / the former airfield down there. And Jungfrau Park, or land, whatever it's called down there as well. But our destination is just over here, right there. As we'll get towards the Thunersee. Over there. Beautiful, beautiful part of the world. The mountains over there, you can't see them right now, but absolutely gorgeous, breathtaking Alps. I will say, it's much more interesting and exciting terrain to fly around in than a lot of other places. I mean, you don't tend to get the same patchwork of towns and villages and roads climbing up the mountains and villages up in the mountains that you tend to get in Switzerland compared to mountain ranges in America, where everything tends to be either on the flat bit next to it or kind of nowhere near it. They tend to be fairly uninhabited. But when you get up here, you have just this extreme population density around and in and above and up on the higher Alps there and down here in the valley bottoms around all the lakes. It's just so full of people and life. So Interlaken Ost train station there, and the West over there. So the main train station is right there. The East station is there. EC comes in, I believe, to this one. There's the park. The Rega base is over there, the rescue base. You can just start making up the high Alps up behind us there. Hospital's somewhere over here for Interlaken, I think, too. Keep meaning to get that scenery. There's that helipad I used that one time. Alright, so yes, our destination will be right there. So Thunersee is here. Thunersee is here. You get the really big boy Alps up there. That's the spicy stuff, where you're at 12,000 feet to clear those. And that's to just clear them. Right, we should be good here. We're at 5 minutes out of my destination. We're making good time. We've rattled this cage up to about 99 knots. We didn't quite make it to 100. I want to see triple digits on this old girl, so we're going to push our nose down here. Over 100 indicated, 100 on the ground speed too. 104, 105. Oh, there goes a wing. Pull the nose up here. That's enough high-speed misbehavior for us in one day. Right. So we're just about 4,500 feet. So we'll let the nose settle here a little bit. I'll put some trim wheel in, which will keep us some speed. We'll drop about 250, 300 feet per minute. And let ourselves descend down here to a more appropriate altitude for our pattern. As we arrive over at Reichenbach. The R's have been the biggest thing for me to learn. How to pronounce the R's properly. Because they're not like English R's, they're not rolled like Spanish R's. It's not like Reichenbach. It's Reich and back. Reichen, Reich, Reich, Reich. But not like full-on Spanish, romantic language, you know. You're not trying to roll every R like this. No. I sound so stupid doing this. But I am capable of rolling my R's, so I'm working on smoothing out my German R's. Well, it's a thicker sound. It's like a start of the roll, but you stop, you know? Up towards Bern, that way. So we'll turn in here a little bit, and we'll keep ourselves descending still slightly. I do apologise about it only having one video last week. I like to have two, but things got incredibly hectic. I will be starting a streaming schedule this autumn though, so stay tuned for that. I will be starting streaming late, I realise, but I have a lot of other stuff going on with my main channel, so it ends up eating most of my time, and as much as I'd love to do more, it takes priority in terms of getting work done. So if I can make things play out nicely, I will be introducing weekly streams. That's the goal, at least. They're probably going to be Mondays, if I get things right. There's our airport right ahead. Right here. You can see it there. So we still need to descend quite a bit here. I'll just pull power. That'll let our nose drop down. Oh, we definitely need to pull more power here because we started to overspeed. 108 knots! So we still have wings and a tail. So we're doing a right traffic here. We'll enter on the downwind. We'll be taking runway 04 for this one. So a little bit more power here we can use now. We've definitely arrested that speed issue. A little bit wobbly here with the tail surface getting a classic Trauma Hawk oscillation. So we'll keep a steady descent down here towards the field, so we'll drop that nose down. Right, there we go. We'll speed this up a little bit since we have airspeed to play with. I should be okay to cross over this hillside ahead of us before turning base and descending further. I don't know if it'll be a problem, but we should be fine. Probably going to just start leveling out in a moment to do that. I'm concerned about how much that'll make me have to drop here for the airfield, so we'll move a little bit closer to the runway. We don't need this bigger circuit, or I'll make it work at least. No, I think I need to stay a bit further out here. We'll stay here. Should be okay now. Might need to expedite getting down, so we'll extend our downwind past this headland. Or this ridge line. Where it drops down behind it, we should be okay. It's getting very seesawy right now. There we are. Such a pretty cookie, kind of little cookie house country, isn't it? It sounded so American there. Cookies, God. I don't know what was in my mind. I think I was thinking of cookies and cream ice cream. And it got in my head. I do apologise for Americanizing. Although I will bring up a question. I'm a mountain biker. Why, when I worked out or looked up how to say mountain bike in German, was it not Bergenfahrrad or something along those lines? Why was it instead mountain bike? Like, lazy Germans, just mountain bike. And we could use our own words to do it. We like making words out of Lego. We're Germans. But instead, we'll just use the English. Okay, this is definitely a bit steeper than I thought it was going to be. Trim that down. Okay, we'll pull some bit of power out now. Should be okay. And we're within flap speed, so I'm going to drop a notch or two to help slow. Hello. That dropped the nose quite harshly. a notch or two to help slow us as we descend here. Okay. Well, we're losing speed pretty well. Jump the power lines there. Little power here. We'll start turning in there for final. Plenty of room here. In fact, looking pretty good, if I do say so myself. Keep it coming round. Regulation textbook landing here. A little bit of power just to round this out. Smooth the descent. Looking for that far displaced threshold rather than near one. Keep my eyes right ahead of us. Beautiful. Let's keep this thing rolling so we can get ourselves to a stopping point down here. And we should be just grand. Brakes would be a wonderful idea, as I'm pretty sure I just missed the taxiway. I did. Oh well. Here we are. Gorgeous place. Oh, there's a train. That is neat. There's a whole train there. That is super cool. There's a working Swiss train that's running past us. Oh, there's the taxiway. Too busy looking at trains and not actually pulling off the runway. There we go. Come on, little Tomahawk, we can do it. So there's a stop train there and there's an actual working one. I've done it again. Well, good choice of Tomahawk, we're going on the grass. I will stop paying attention to the scenery and start doing my job. Okay. Caravan taking up a lot of space for us there. Another one here on a turntable, in fact. There we go. Wonderful job done. Pop the latch. Pop the door. Battery fuel's all off. Mags are off. And we are out. We've got the... I like that. The turntable in the hangar. Very, very useful for getting planes in and out. Saves work. You can start out and taxi straight away. Some animated pupils. Doing people stuff. More caravans here. Skydiving ones by the looks of things. Yep, Skydive Switzerland. A pretty little river. Some bridges. Not a bad little airport to fly into, actually. And of course, the train line over there. Which is wonderfully rendered in delightful flight sim. At least a static park train, and the animated one that we did see a minute ago. I'm not sure if there's been another... Oh, there it goes, there it goes. This is very bumpy. I'm surprised I managed a smooth ride through this. Meow. Huh. Well, that's quite a nice little feature. Hope you enjoyed this video today, guys. Thank you for watching. It was relaxing, it was chill, and it was just for fun. I will see you all very soon. Bye.